Thanks for checking out another clip of the Cashflow Contractor. We'd love to have you as a part of our audience. Click subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
So I have a tool called Granola. It records everything that I'm doing on my screen, essentially. So I'm on my computer, but it works on my phone too. Okay, so I'm on a phone call, it automatically records. I am on a meeting on my phone, it automatically records. If I want to record something, I can just click record and it starts recording on the desk, right? And we've all seen those bots or I say bots, but those Fireflies has joined, Read AI has joined, Sybil has joined. All these different tools are just joining your meetings online whenever you're in one. So a lot of our audience isn't in meetings all day. I totally get that, but you've probably seen what I'm talking about. They're note takers. With Granola, you have no idea. It's just on my device. So it's recording in the background the audio of my device, the inputs and the outputs. Okay. So right now we're having this conversation. The entire thing is in AI. Martin, let's go through an exercise together.
Okay.
Let's think about a client. We don't have to name any names. Let's think about the inefficiencies they have, problems they're dealing with, real things, and just give us your 1 minute brain dump on that specific issue.
Guy's a contractor on looking for waste, specific issue. One of the biggest problems is having the guys show up at time, on time, getting the trucks loaded with the right materials to go where they need to go. He's had lots of conversations with them about it. And anyway, you can't fire everybody all the time. And a lot of times they have reasons. They're out of gas, some of that kind of stuff. Then he has them check in online, but they just don't seem to be able to do that. But anyway,
what do you mean by check in online?
They've got an app that tells them, go to this job, and when you get there, touch this bar. I don't know how it can be more simple. And he still has problems with it.
Do you know can you tell me the exact software he's in?
Oh man, I've heard, it might even be something that just does QuickBooks have such a thing? Time tracker?
Yeah, QuickBooks has it. Yeah.
So call it that. Yeah, it's QuickBooks. Anyway, so that's part of the problem. They get to the job and they find out they need a sledgehammer and they don't have these are literally things he's talked to me about last month. We need a sledgehammer. That's what we do. And he didn't bring a sledgehammer. So he color coded them and he put them in different trucks by color and they wind up on the opposite trucks because, then if they're late getting there and they're late prepping, that means that they're late having the trucks come to bring concrete, things like that. So it's just inefficiencies where guys don't seem to know where they're going or know what they're supposed to do. He then tracks cost. So he's trying to get the hours accurately so that we can track the miscellaneous things that don't individually cost a lot, but might add $500 to a $10,000 job, which is worth understanding. So how to track that, how to get them to complete the jobs and not make a bad decision like, well, we're not done, so we're going home. How to make the judgment call to spend some overtime rather than to go home to miss overtime, but have to come back the next day. So I don't know, we could go, is that sufficient for
no, that's good. So can you tell me a little bit more about is this service or project-based? Like, are they doing big remodels? Like, how long are they in job site? Are they doing 20 jobs a day, or are they doing one job a day?
No, they're doing a job every couple of days.
A job? Yeah. Okay, perfect. That's all. I just wanted to understand the context of that. Okay, cool. So you can see I'm sharing my screen right now. This is Granola. It is transcribing in real time. Even as I'm talking about it, you can read at the bottom how it's just adding lines to it, and it's really accurate, okay? So it's got this transcript. What I'm gonna do is, in real time, I'm just gonna copy the whole transcript, not just the part that I'm talking in, and I'm gonna switch windows here, and we're gonna go to Claude, okay? So in Claude, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paste that entire transcript, okay?
Yep.
And then I'm not going to type, but I'm going to use whisper flow.
Right.
Which I think you are using regularly, Martin.
Using, yep.
And it's a game changer because I don't have to type, I just talk. And it's in any text box, not just in Claude. I could be in my email, I could be in iMessage, I could be in my CRM, I can be inside of any text box, and instead of typing, I just talk. It's a dictation tool, So I go in and I say, towards the end, Martin starts talking about, he does a brain dump of a client and their inefficiencies. What are things that AI can do to support and support the business owner and decrease the inefficiencies in the business? Okay, there it is. Got it all done. So I'm going to press enter. We're using AI to improve the inefficiencies in our construction business, right? Extracting inefficiencies and architecting AI solutions. Based on Martin's brain dump, here are the specific inefficiencies in AI solutions. Problem, guys don't show up on time, don't know where they're going or what they're supposed to do. And AI generated morning dispatch texts and voice messages with job address, scope summary, and expected arrival time. Automated reminders 30 minutes before expected departure with traffic adjusted ETAs. That would be pretty cool.
Yep.
Right? Problem, trucks are not loaded with the right materials. AI generates job-specific load checklists the night before based on job type and scope. Photo verification at end of load. Snap your truck bed. Like take a picture of your truck bed.
Right.
AI confirms checklist items visible or flags missing gear. I don't think people understand that. You can send a very, what's the word? You can send a picture of anything, right? That doesn't necessarily mean anything. It doesn't have to be the most perfect picture. And AI can read everything that's in there and tell you exactly what's inside the truck.
Yeah.
You don't have to list it out.
Yeah.
That's probably a huge unlock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then problem, the check-in app is not being used. QuickBooks Time Tracker. Replace the app interaction with voice. Text this number when you arrive. The AI finds your location based upon your text and timestamps it into QuickBooks. Right?
Okay.
Geofence triggers automatic, or you can have a geofence automatically trigger the check-in when the phone enters the job site radius, which a lot of apps do that pretty well, honestly.
Yeah.
So maybe he just needs to change tools there. Sorry, it stopped sharing for some reason. 1 second. All right, what else do we got here? Tracking miscellaneous costs that add up. Voice-based expense capture. Crude lead text or voice memos bought $47 of concrete screws at Home Depot. AI categorizes logs to job. Right? Bad judgment calls. End-of-day decision tool. AI calculates overtime cost versus return trip cost plus delay risk. Text the crew lead a recommendation with numbers. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Problem, color-coded tools ended up in wrong trucks. Morning tool audit via photo. AI flags misplaced items before trucks leave the yard. Most of these can be built with just Claude and Zapier and an SMS integration. Do you want me to outline the implementation of these? Okay, so it's not just that it came up with the ideas, and what I think the problem is here, because there's a difference. What a lot of people will do is they'll do that brain dump, great, and then they say, hey, how can I improve my business? And what they've done is they've added more work to their plate. Okay, you need to go and you need to build out all these checklists, and you need to do this, you need to implement this software, and you've got to customize it to your company, and then you've got to hire someone to manage it and keep it going. But what we asked was, how can AI support and decrease this? So I don't want more work. I want AI to be able to do some of this stuff.
I can't read it on the screen, but check
Okay.
in. Problem.
I can zoom in for you, Martin.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully some people who are listening to this and wanting to try it, they go, okay, now, see which one was I looking at? Tracking miscellaneous costs, okay?
Okay.
I think what it suggested was create a voice so somebody could do it. Well, now we're at that place where somebody's got to do it. They're not going to do it. But perhaps there's a way we can take a picture of all the materials that get lined, and AI can find it and report back, these are the miscellaneous items that went to this job. Right?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So my question then, being Mr. Contractor in a truck right now, how the hell do I do that? And
Okay.
you can ask Khalil that, but you can also ask Claude that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to take my transcript of what you said just now, and I'm going to copy it from Granola. And then I'll paste it here in Claude. And I'll say, let's focus on that one improvement and what the actual execution and implementation of it would be, not just the tools, but how the business owner should approach it. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there it goes. Improvement, photo-based material tracking for miscellaneous job costs. What you're solving, $500 in untracked miscellaneous costs on a 10K job. Concrete screws, extra fasteners, pickup runs to Home Depot. The stuff adds up that nobody logs because it's friction. System is simple. Capture point. Crew lead takes one photo of materials staged before loading the truck. Takes another of receipts at end of day. Submission method. Text the photo to a dedicated phone number. Google Voice works, or a tool like OpenPhone or Quo, who is a sponsor of this show. The photo hits a Zapier make workflow. It sends it to Claude Vision. Claude identifies the items and estimates costs based on typical pricing or reads receipt totals. The output, Claude sends back a text confirmation, job 1247 logged, 2 bags of concrete mix, 12 box screws, hammer, miscellaneous, 65. Okay, reply to correct. Right, so if anything was wrong, you let it know. Storage, logged to a Google Sheet or directly into QuickBooks via an integration. And then it walks you through what you should do. Do a manual test, try it out yourself, right?
Right.
And I'm just going to say, we already use Company Cam to take photos of this kind of stuff. How would that change this process? How could it be even more automated? Right? Because we both know people that use Company Cam.
Oh, yeah.
Expensive software, but very valuable. And if it did something like this, it would be worth its while, right?
And it just so happens that it does.
This changes everything.
Yeah.
Company Cam removes the behavior, change problem entirely. Your crew's already taking the photos, right?
Right.
So then the photo hits it does all that stuff, and then it says that it logs it. It can do silent logging that the owner reviews every week, or it can do a daily text to owner, right? Fob jobs today, estimated miscellaneous expenses, $247. Or it can do daily summary texts. Text to owner, 5 jobs today, estimated miscellaneous materials, $247 across these specific jobs. Exception alerts only, right? Like you can have a threshold. I only want to know about expenses over $100, and then it sends you a text. You can even have it to where it texts the crew, the person who took the photo, is this right? You know? So anyways, you could even run it retroactively if you wanted to on Company Cam for the last 30 days. So this is, I think what's important for people to understand is that there are guys out there that are embracing this. Are you going to be one of those guys? And if they're really embracing it, they're able to not hire another person. They're able to make their company's work easier. You know, they're able to actually know their margins and not bid the job that you're going to lose money on and focus on the ones they're going to make money on.
Yeah.
Right. So there's all these things that you got to start embracing it. And it's, as an owner, you have a lot of opportunity here. But also if you get your team to embrace it, there's a lot of opportunity.
Thanks for checking out a clip from the Cashflow Contractor. We have full episodes where we go deep on topics that help you grow a construction business that runs without you, so you can have less stress, more time, more money. Now, we've got other videos, other clips, but if you want to check out the full episode for this clip, you can click wherever our editor put it. It might be here, it might be there, it might be over my face, I don't know. But thank you for checking us out. We'd love to have you as a part of our audience. So subscribe or check out a full episode wherever you get podcasts.